The White House is now seeking to actively remove active trans service members, with a few exceptions, from the military. Now, the Trump administration, in his first term, had banned transgender Americans from being able to join the military. The latest executive order takes it a step further, and it's all announced in a Pentagon memo. So the Pentagon memo communicated, well, basically that, yeah, we're going to now remove anyone who is openly transgender within the military. This was revealed as part of a lawsuit that was filed by an activist group, an LGBTQ plus group that sued the White House over their effort in removing transgender people from the military. An earlier memo from the Defense Secretary, Pete Hegseth, had said that people with a history of gender dysphoria would no longer be able to join the military, but that they would be treated with dignity and respect. The new memo goes a step further in stating that current service members will be removed if they have gender dysphoria or a history of it. Now, service members have also been treated for, gender dysphoria with hormones or surgery. Like, those individuals will also be banned from the military, and the memo also directs the secretaries of each branch to identify service members with gender dysphoria within the next 30 days and to begin separation actions within 30 days after that. So I'm gonna give you more details on the suit, but Cenk, I'm curious what you think.
Yeah, I hate this. And so this is dividing Americans. These folks signed up willing to die for this country. Now what, you're gonna drag them out of the military and say, we don't want you because we don't like the kind of person you are? It's disgusting. So
we haven't seen a single issue arise within the military in regard to transgender service members serving in the military, right? Like, there's nothing so far that I've seen the Trump administration point to as the rationale, the good reason for why they would do something like this. Because honestly, I suspect there isn't a good reason.
Of course.
And you want to talk, hold on, you want to talk about virtue signaling? This is the right-wing version of virtue signaling.
Yes.
Right? Needlessly being cruel to a group of people who haven't caused any problems whatsoever in order to virtue signal to your right-wing base. I am doing what you want me to do and being needlessly cruel to transgender people. Okay, I mean, these are people, again, who are willing to serve in a military that right now is having an incredibly difficult time recruiting Americans to serve in.
Yeah, so look, the responsibility and the fault of this lies completely on the Trump administration that's taking these actions. But whenever something goes wrong, you have to be honest about analyzing how did we get there, okay? And when a pendulum swings too far, it always swings back. And when it swings back, it also swings back too far. So that's why we didn't want that pendulum swinging, because we had it at a pretty good place, which was in the Trump administration, the first time around, they tried, they did the ban on people in the military, and it was not very popular. And they did not try to root out the transgender folks who were already in the military, up to potentially 15,000 service members, okay? So, and they tried bathrooms for a little bit and it didn't work, and we fought them back on that effectively because we were reasonable and the American people were on our side, and the polling indicated that. And then in the meanwhile, since the first Trump administration, what happened? Some folks on our side decided, no, we want that pendulum to swing as far as humanly possible, saying absurd things like Floyd Mayweather can declare himself a woman and next day go into a boxing ring with biological women.
Yep.
No. You're swinging it like things always happen as reactions to extreme things like that. I'm not blaming folks for taking this action because they didn't take this action. Trump did and his administration did. But I'm telling you, just like when we talk about the Middle East, why was there terrorism? We could just do the Joe Scarborough thing. They hate us because they hate us, right? But that's not smart. You have to see and analyze, how did we get there, right? So, I mean, some folks, not a lot, but some defend gender reassignment surgeries for minors. You go tell an average American that we're gonna do gender reassignment surgery for 12-year-olds. That pendulum's all the way up there and it's gonna swing all the way back, right? And now I've been on shows with transgender hosts. They're like, stop the pendulum. Jesus Christ, man, they're kicking us out of bathrooms. God damn, we're going backwards. We're going backwards. Stop. And by the way, another giant responsibility here is in right-wing media. Man, they drove that hatred because they didn't stop at, hey, that's unreasonable, or most Americans don't agree with that. They started talking about dysphoria and how it's a mental illness and these people are all mental, etc. Now, this is one of the issues you just can't talk to MAGA on. The minute you say transgender, they get triggered to no end, right? Oh, they're all mentally ill. I'm like, is it them? I mean, look at how you're reacting. So like there are folks who are, the great majority of the country doesn't want to be cruel, right? They don't want to be extreme and they don't want to be cruel. This is cruel. So we've got to, I don't know how in the world we're going to reverse this. I don't think we can under Trump. But if and when a Democrat wins, this would be one of the first things to reverse. And it's not just about transgender folks. It's about who are we as a country? Do we believe in equal rights? Do we all believe in each other? Do we love each other? Or are we going to create these wedge issues that split us to no end and get us to fight each other and hate each other? This is hateful and it's wrong.
So I thought it was kind of interesting how, the Pentagon kind of puts out this very vague statement to justify what they're doing. So they say that medical, surgical, and mental health constraints on individuals with gender dysphoria are inconsistent with the high standards expected of US troops. But then they also specifically note that there are exceptions, okay? The memo states that exceptions could be made for transgender service members who directly support warfighting capabilities if the government feels it has a compelling reason to retain them.
So wait, are they mentally ill and should be kicked out of the army right away? Or are they some of our best warriors?
Okay, so.
And by the way, Anna, sorry, one more thing that's a total inconsistency is they say the current right-wing thinking is there's only two genders, there's only men and women, and these transgender women are not women, they're men, they're biological men. That's why they should not be in women's sports. Okay. Now wait, you say men are better at combat than women are, and you say that they are men, so why shouldn't they be in the military?
Yeah, that's why this is, to me, look, it's gonna do damage, right? Because I do think that there are transgender service members who are now going to be purged from the military over this discriminatory policy. But this is just virtue signaling. That's honestly what this is for the Trump administration. And look, we don't even know how many transgender service members there are in the military because they don't keep tabs on that. So there are high estimates of 15,000 total, like around 15,000. The lower end of the estimates put it at a little over 4,000 service members. But it's just cruelty for cruelty's sake. There's no real, evidence provided showing that transgender service members have caused any kind of problem with the military. And by the way, the military has had some long-standing issues that continue to go unaddressed, including rape, sexual abuse, not just of female service members, but in some cases, male service members as well.
Yeah, that's such a great point. Look, guys, generals have literally testified in Congress saying there's not been a single case of a transgender person lowering morale or creating an issue, creating a conflict that we had to resolve. Not like in the NCAAs, as I keep saying, 500,000 athletes, only 10 are trans, or the whole country's obsessed with it for no reason, right? In this case, there's zero problems, literally zero. Couldn't even find one, right? But yet here we are, and meanwhile, sexual assault in the military is a significant problem.
Yeah.
No, but we're not. No, don't look at that. And why? Because that they think it would implicate men, and so our virtue signaling is no, men are awesome. You can't ever implicate them. No, the real problem is transgender people. Come on, and transgender people like, keep them out of the bathrooms. How many transgender assaults have there been in bathrooms? Can you find like maybe one or two in the last 20 years? How many men have assaulted people in bathrooms? Thousands upon thousands upon thousands. Right? So what is this? This isn't a real issue. It's both sides doing stupid culture wars. Every time you ring the bell below, an angel gets his wings. Totally not true, but it does keep you updated on our live shows.